Aquas. This reading is for anyone who identifies with or is interested in the Aquarian energy during October 2018. Okay. Right. You have a significant choice to make this month, Aquarians. We're using the Dreams of Gaia Tarot deck for you right now, and everything is turning up upright. First of all, you are this choice. This is what's covering you. This is a reminder that all things start with choice. Some of you Aquarians may be feeling like you don't have a choice, but you do. We're definitely at a fork in the road of sorts, and even if we are choosing to believe or give the power to make that choice away to someone else at this time, in our inner world, though, we have the Queen of Air. I mean, we can see the truth. Look very closely at this Queen. Of course, this is not the traditional tarot deck, but she's able to see the truth. She's very analytical. She has a clear mind. She's fierce because of that truth. She's shrewd. She's very keen. She's probably been hurt. Well, she has. She's had to cut people out of her life in the past. You know, she's probably been hurt because she can see the truth of people and situations. This is where we're at. We've earned this state this month in October of being able to see the true nature of those who stand before us, to see the true nature of these two choices that we have to choose between. Surprise, surprise. And in the outcome of the situation, we're going to be thinking about the choice still. For some of us, even overthinking, going from choice at the beginning to thought as the end result here. As I said, we always have a choice whether we're giving our power away or not, but the thought card here says that we will be deep in thought at the end of October, past the full moon and moving into November. We'll be deep in thought about this decision still. I'm going to get Clarifier deck for us, Aquarians. You've also got emotional fulfillment, which wanted to show for you when I was meditating on the energy of this reading before recording. The Ten of Water is crossing you. Shared emotional fulfillment. That's a beautiful card. And the dreams, I love the Dreams of Gaia Tarot deck, so I'll probably let you look very closely at all of this art. The Ten of Cups, or the Ten of Water in this deck, rather, for me, is always shared emotional fulfillment. A happy home, happy family life. You know, or for some Aquarians, if the significant major choice that you have is about career, work life, for some of you it is, then we are talking about something that you absolutely love to do. In the root of the situation, you have the Love card. So it is something or someone you love that we're talking about that this choice has to do with. It's rooted in a deep connection, bond, commitment. That's the foundation of your situation here. And you've got the 12 of Water as what's on your mind when your ego is quiet. This character is labeled as the counselor in the Dreams of Gaia Tarot deck, and I will have all of the decks that I use in the description of the video, of course, Aquarians. But that's your, yeah, that's your recent, or rather, that's what's on your in your crowning thoughts when your ego is quiet. So I feel, oh, it's possibly a water sign, potentially Cancer or Scorpio, but maybe Pisces. It can be, this is what's in your crowning thoughts. So it can be as I said, a Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces energy. Maybe it's a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer energy in your own chart right now. That's affecting you right now, Aquarians. That is the part of you, your mind, your heart turns to when your ego is quiet. Maybe that's where your Venus is located, is in one of the water signs. If not, this could be the person that your mind, your heart turns to when your ego is quiet in your crowning thoughts. This Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. And with the moon card showing up in reverse, I mean, first of all, I do get the message that, okay, it's not Pisces, it's more so Scorpio and Cancer is what we're talking about here. But it could also be that we're talking about the Scorpio energy in general. Even if you have no Scorpio in your chart, no Scorpio in anyone around you, you could be talking about the Scorpio energy because of Venus going retrograde in Scorpio today. That could be definitely affecting your love life, making you realize you have a choice regarding your love life. Who to be with, or whether or not to push forward with someone in particular, to take a risk perhaps with someone moving forward. With the moon reversed, I also see the message of being anxious, a little lost, maybe a little distraught, lost in your anxieties perhaps. The Knight of Cups is also someone who thinking of the 12 of water in a more traditional sense, someone who realizes the difference between emotions and feelings. It realizes the difference between a burst of emotion for or towards someone or something, and what their then well thought out feelings are toward that subject or that person later on, once they've had time to spend with it, once that initial attraction or hormone exchange has passed, but with the moon card in reverse, a little lost or distraught, and then the temperance card showing up there in reverse as well. Some Aquarians may be having a little trouble with that, balancing out your emotions and your feelings, or deciding between your emotions and your feelings. What are my true feelings toward this person or this activity after getting some time, some thought, versus just my initial attraction or desire for them, or to some quality they have, or to some quality that this activity has that we may be talking about. There also may be an imbalance in emotional versus practical. Your emotional body may say something different than your practical mind does about the situation, and that's a lot of where the choice is coming from. Again, I want to remind you that we know the truth when at the end of the day, right? We have the answer to this question. And as an air sign Aquarians, we are the Queen of Swords. We naturally embody that energy already, and we do know the truth. There's our card showing for us as well. But with the Four of Wands in reverse, feeling unstable, insecure. These showed up as I was pondering what the crone means for us. The sixth card, it looks like here. This is in our recent past. I believe this is a character who has influenced this situation for you in the recent past. If it's a work situation, then a mature, feminine boss or coworker who possesses a lot of power in the situation, or this very well may be an energy that we ourselves have melded with in the recent past, because the Star card is our card. I was sitting here talking about how, the Queen of Swords is a card of ours. Well, the Star card is definitely our card as well, Aquarians. So as a clarifier on the crone, it could mean that we have recently stepped into this crone energy recently. Our mature feminine wisdom and it's a result of this love and the foundation of the situation. It's enabling us to use our magic, whatever that means to you particularly, in whatever area you normally do, whether it is your love life or the career you've chosen, or every area of your life for some of you, to use our magic, our willpower, our intention. It has a spark to it, and it's because of this love and the foundation of the situation, this love that we're sharing externally with someone, shared emotional fulfillment. And for males, okay, I see the crone as potentially a new energy, that an older, mature female who has walked in and caused some instability in your happy home, and that may be where your choice is. For females, or for masculine energies rather, there may be a mature feminine energy that's walked into your life and caused instability in your home. But for feminine energies, for feminine energies looking toward other feminine energies in a loving way, in a romantic sense, the same message. It could be an older, mature female who's come into the situation and cause some instability in your home, and I see, it's causing some sort of a burden as well. Potentially creating an outcome that we view as successful, but in a very burdensome way, a very overwhelming success. Again, whether that's somebody affecting our personal lives, our inner world, our relationship, or our career. But again, for a lot of us, that is the energy we have to step into to get this successful energy, to deal with the instability and an otherwise shared emotional fulfillment, the area of instability in our life. Maybe it's because someone else has a significant choice about us, Aquarians. That's possible for some. So as we feel we have shared emotional fulfillment and love, there is this instability happening for some. I think that message is just for a few Aquarians, though. The near future, you have the perception card, giving me the indication that we are going to need to shift our perception in our perspective in the near future, and thus altering our perception, obviously. And we do have the Death card showing up on the bottom of the deck at the same time as I'm talking about this. It's a transformation of sorts, I'm sure. Just a mental and emotional one, yes, but what else is there? Everything stems from the way we perceive it, from our perspective. love this. I love this back to back here. This is your near future, and this is your inner world. We can see the truth of everyone, including ourselves. We are able to, with this mask and or blindfold on, go within and change our own perspectives and perceptions about the world around us, the people around us, and ourselves. And so then we can come out to the world, look outward, and assess accurately everything and everyone around us as far as who do we want in our space, in our life, which choice do we make, whether we're talking career or love. But we are talking about love. Like I said, I think that the choice is to choose the thing you love to do if you're talking about career, because this reading is about love, with the love card showing up in the foundation and so many water cards as well. And definitely how your mental state, the burden of overthinking, knowing, Aquarians, that if we think it through, we can find a better idea. We can find the truth of the situation. We can get a hold of what they meant when they said that. We can get a hold of whether or not they're the one, or is it this one. We're allowing, we can allow that power of our mind and our thought and our ability to analyze, to overcome the love that this reading is really based on, the situation here is really based on, to sort of overpower our emotions. And there's how our practicality and our emotions are a little imbalanced. Those thoughts, it's hard to stop them. They can just keep running, and we know that they are productive. We know we are getting somewhere, but they can really overshadow, again, our feelings, our emotions, and our intuition. There's a healthy place to stop all those thoughts at. Certainly we have to make time to just listen to our intuition and our feelings as well. And it's all connected, of course it is. That's not to say to not think through the choice, but our intuition is holding those truths and answers for us. Our subconscious is doing all the calculations that our conscious cannot, that we cannot bring to the conscious level necessarily. That's what's in our outer world. So that could be someone around us, someone involved in the situation, who's exercising their intuition greatly at this time. Could be someone around us that we're really hoping to, whose traits and qualities we're hoping to embody. Maybe it's someone who can help us listen to our intuition. Although you really just need to go within for that, Aquarians. We know this. But maybe someone who could set a good example for us of the positive turns that life can take when one does listen to their intuition, right? And so motivate us and inspire us to do the same in that way. Yeah, for those interested romantically in feminine energies, I definitely see here at the end, 1, 2, 3. I see these 3 ladies here at the end. Okay, this is your outer world, your hopes or your fears, and then the outcome of the situation. So a woman around you who's very connected to her intuition, just like with the Queen of Swords, able to see the truth of you, of herself, of the situation. She knows what's going on. Whether you're making a choice about her or she's making a choice about you, you're not hiding anything from her. So a woman like that in your surrounding area, but then a woman, another maybe younger, perhaps woman, that you're hoping for, and then a woman lost in thought in the outcome. Now, for those interested in masculine energies at this time, I see this as you. perhaps the woman in the external world, perhaps this intuition in the external world is actually someone else around you. It could be, like I said, a situation where they're making the choice. But I'm really reading this as most Aquarians are the ones that have the choice. And it may be that you have the choice to not wait and see if this person chooses you or not, for a few Aquarians. Because the overall message is the Three of Water, the Three of Cups in a more traditional deck. Although this is an 81 card deck, I'm really just reading these intuitively. But this is still, to me, the Three of Water is playful celebration, collaboration, and can be a three-party situation. It's like the Three of Emotions, the Three of Love. So absolutely can be a three-party situation that is quickly moving toward, I think, favoring a youthful energy. Now, that's not to say necessarily the youngest person or party involved. But it just that maybe some people are being immature, and that's what they're basing their choices on here. And maybe there's someone who makes you feel young, and that's where the choice is headed. But the situation is favoring a youthful energy, I think, and that may be why one person in the scenario is leaning toward or allowing some juggling of people to go on. That's an immature thing to allow to happen. If your decision this month, Aquarians, is about whether or not to leave that three-party situation behind, whether or not you're going to wait around to see if you come out on top in this situation, there's definitely a message here that a negative cycle could continue to repeat if you allow it to. And that's just for those of you who know you are dealing with a three-party situation. I'm by no means suggesting that we all are. I don't believe that at all. I don't see that here. But I do see a lot of overthinking. I do see the need to be reminded about the importance of relying on your intuition in situations of choice and significant decision from someone in your outside world, whereas we may be focused primarily on our analytical skills. And there is, with the Maiden here, like I said, there is this energy of favoring youth. There is this idea that we're hoping to feel young and youthful. And if Aquarians, as I think it is for most of us, this is a choice between partners. I'm not talking about choosing who is actually younger, but I think there's this feeling inside of us that we want to choose the path, whether we're talking people or places or what have you. We want to choose the path that makes us feel young. We want this youthful energy. We want to play, to collaborate, to celebrate, to love. We want to choose the path that takes us there, and quickly. That's what we're ready for. That's what we need. It's what we need right now. We need to listen to our intuition. We need to recognize that the power of this choice is in our own hands, and we need to recognize that our soul and our mind, body, and spirit are all craving and I think needing the path that gives us that youthful energy, that brings it out of us. It doesn't give it to us, it brings it out of us, right? So that is what we're looking at, and at an authentic version of ourselves, at true love, at shared emotional fulfillment, at truth in general, at the ability and willingness to shift our own perspective and perception to make sure we realize and wield that truth appropriately. Okay, and we will leave it at that, Aquarians. We're a little bit past what I want it to be. Actually, I can't do that. Everyone else has gotten a lesson so far, so I'll have to do that for us as well. I want a lesson for October, and then I also want advice for October 2018. I'm sorry I almost cut it short, Aquas. I feel like a lot has come through already, and I think I was sort of trying to hit on what I think that advice and lesson is already, but let's see what else for Aquarians in October 2018 comes up as far as a lesson in this situation of choice and love. thought and intuition, truth and perception. For Aquarians in October 2018, as we approach our new moon in Libra, as we handle Venus retrograde energies today, and so far to me it just feels like mostly a chance to reflect on love areas of our lives. But I know those energies play out differently for everyone. The lesson in October 2018. Aquarians is talking about discipline and determination. It's the Chariot in Paulina Cassidy's Spirit Song Tarot deck. This, I love this depiction in particular. This depiction is what has discipline and determination at the bottom. But this is also focused intention, right? Determination, that makes sense. And bending nature to one's will, remaining healthy and wealthy and using that health and wealth. And it is an energy of youthful confidence. And it does indicate, being able to control oneself, one's circumstances. Not entirely, of course, not all the time, of course, but to the extent that is possible to do. And I really see that youthful energy. And I hear again that it's something that we need. It's something that we need to move forward the way we want to, in the direction that we want to reach our goals. Here's the bottom of the deck: 10 of crystals, 10 of pentacles, 10 of coins. Here it says stability and attainment. And we have this, again, beautiful art that's different from the more traditional depictions, but it always says to me stability and security. It's potentially getting that raise or that job, mastering that skill, attaining the resources, possibly money, however your resources shake out, that you deserve, that you have earned. And to get there, to reach those financial, material goals, to reach that level of mastery, or to get that raise, that job, whatever our material, physical, financial, and wealth-related goals are, Aquarius, we need not only energy, but we need our youthful energy. We need our inner child to love what we're doing, to want to do it, to be enthusiastic about it, to chase it down, to wake up excited to do it in the morning. And maybe that's a job, maybe that's a person that brings that energy into your life and out of you. But it's not just the path. It's not just the path that wakes up our youthful, energetic side. It's the path that we need. That is the energy we need to bring out of ourselves in order to reach what we're going for eventually. And I think for a lot of us, I mean financially. And that makes sense to me, thinking about Aquarians and my Aquarius nature as well. Of course, we need something new and exciting and playful and fun, or we're not going to be dedicated, devoted enough to it to really turn it into any sort of a business, empire, financial security for our future. It has to be something that gives us that extra jolt and makes us feel young again, and reminds us of not only the energy and literal speed of being young, but reminds us of maybe that the whimsical nature of being young, the belief that anything is possible, our belief in our own ability and our curiosity about the world around us. It wakes up so much, and that childlike, innocent, carefree, and lighthearted energy, Aquarians, is of course where we can most easily access our connection to Source, and which is everything. And this is your advice for October 2018, is the Seven of Wands in the Deviant Moon Tarot. Again, I'll have all of these in the description of the video, with the Knight of Swords then on the bottom of the deck. So, you know, you're wanting to move forward with determination, even if others consider the speed at which you're doing so to be reckless, whether, again, it's into whatever kind of partnership and commitment that it's into. But to stand up for what you want as you make this choice between paths. We'll say just paths, maybe between people. Stand up for what you believe, what you know you need. Be honest. You're going to be honest with the Queen of Air with yourself and everyone about what you want, what you need, and then stand up for the fact that you deserve it. And like I said, that this is not just, it's not just the path that makes you feel most alive. That path is actually what we really need to continue on, Aquarians. Now I will leave it at that, now that we are well past the mark I meant to hit, but that's okay. Thank you so much for tuning into the reading. Thank you for liking and subscribing if you are inspired to do so. I really appreciate it. And welcome, Lunarticks. Thank you for your comments, your shares, your messages, and for supporting me through donations and orders. That's really appreciated as well. I'm truly grateful for each and every one of our energy exchanges. You can just scroll down to the description if you want to check out those reading options. There are quite a few down there. They're also on the About section of my channel. You can also email lunartickstarot@gmail.com, lunartickstarot@gmail.com. And there are autumn readings and Libra season readings up for you all. This was definitely about love. If that's what you are, as I said, if it wasn't about a loving romantic relationship, then it was, you know, work that you love to do. But if love is your particular area of interest right now, that's what you're looking for a reading in, the Libra season readings are all about love. So I will link your Libra season reading below. The autumn readings are divided into earth, water, fire, and air, but they're time-stamped. You can find your individual reading. It will also be linked below. Otherwise, I love you very much, Aquarians, and I'll post another tarot fix for us as soon as I can.